Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully the video title got your attention. This video is going to kind of challenge a traditionally held belief, and being that I have a background in bodybuilding, this video is going to talk about the post-workout window and nutrition. Now, one of my viewers had posted on my Tribe Bodybuilding group this video about, is it best this is going to slightly touch on that, but mainly it's going to really kind of focus on this belief that actually it's been proven that glycogen synthesis rates, I believe there's research to support that it tends to be greater, but also, I mean, it could be possible that there's some anecdotal to it as well, such as, it's kind of been a common bodybuilding practice to eat right after the workout to skyrocket insulin and since it's a most anabolic hormone, and then also to our muscles are more insulin sensitive, so the ability to soak up the nutrition after the workout, it's kind of like the floodgates have been opened and the nutrition can just pour into the muscles, right, and kind of augment or enhance the anabolic effect, the hypertrophic response to a workout. Now, that sounds all nice and dandy, and you just down your whey protein shake or whatever, and you keep the fats low so you can optimize glycogen restoration or replenishment to fill out the muscles, and also to recover quickly, right, and to build muscle. Well, there's a lot of studies that have shown that, particularly after a workout, the post-workout window or the recovery period, our body tends to actually handle carbs less effectively. In fact, we actually have an acute phase of glucose intolerance. And if you look at the bottom of this video, those studies will be listed. We actually have an augmented postprandial response to a meal. So when you work out and then you eat a meal, if you don't have a glucose meter, then you really can't say for sure what's going on. But I will tell you that the studies have shown it, and I've actually tested it myself. It wasn't like a really high reading, but it was higher than normal compared to what normally. So when I would have oatmeal before the workout, it's like great, normal, perfect response. When I have it after the workout, there was one time where I was a little bit of an overshoot. Now there's a lot of factors involved to this. A person's physical activity level and their fitness level also kind of impact this. Fitness level improves our ability to metabolize and process. That's a given. So we have to be aware of that. Now, I've made a video on sugar loss versus fat loss. I talked about that. That's another thing. After the workout, your body tends to be burning more fat at a higher rate, right? Because your body releases a lot of, it's called epinephrine and norepinephrine, which is adrenaline and noradrenaline. And that causes the breakdown of endogenous carbohydrates and fats, okay? Well, what happens is there's been studies that show that when your blood still has a high amount of fatty acids, kind of like, from the breakdown by adrenaline, that kind of impedes your body's ability to oxidize glucose for a variety of reasons. Number one, the fats could actually create insulin resistance, and also exercise tends to shut down insulin production. So you can imagine after the workout, when you're not going to produce as much insulin because you have that hormonal, effect of exercise, now you're going to dump a big meal into your body right after the workout. I mean, something isn't adding up here. Unless there's, and the thing of it is this is why you come to my channel. I'm asking the questions that aren't even being asked yet. If you Google what I'm about to ask right now, you won't come up with anything. And if you do, I'd love to see it posted in the comments, because I'm always open to learning more. My question is, if you post that question on Google, nothing will come up. It'll be irrelevant articles on bodybuilding, but nothing, no studies. And that's the thing I need to know. I think I read somewhere in a blog or some article that when there's a spike of blood sugar after the workout, when you eat a meal, okay? So when you kind of combine a post-workout with a meal, then you can have an elevated blood sugar response. But my question is, I think in the blog they said that that's a sign that your body's going to store more carbohydrates as glycogen. Although in one of the studies, the researchers kind of hinted a little concern about it. but they found that the absolute, I guess, area under the curve wasn't significantly elevated to the point that would create concern. So this is just a caveat, folks, and it's a caveat for seeking higher learning, better understanding. There's a lot of studies that show that we tend to be glucose intolerant immediately after the workout. And me personally, I don't eat right after workouts anymore. I mainly, if I do, by the way, if I do, it tends to be lower carb. Now, again, I'm not an athlete that's, you know, crushing it, or, you know, that would be different, okay? I'm just a regular guy who works out, and I like to have, you know, I like to have a good amount of muscle, and I like to have a low amount of body fat, and I like to be fit and healthy. So for me, I tend to eat more kind of fiber-filled carbohydrates after the workout, because for me, I find that that's better for the blood sugar response versus eating a high-carb meal. Now, there is, and there's studies to support this, I've mentioned this, that eating before workout can actually be the best time to, not only will it fuel a greater workout in terms of intensity, but you're also going to really tame that blood sugar surge, and it's been scientifically proven. If you look at the studies at the bottom of this video, you'll see that, in fact, it's actually a strategy used for pre-diabetics, people who are diabetic, and even those who have glucose intolerance, to eat before the workout as opposed to eating afterwards. So, and there's a study that, even if you look at the bottom of this video, the title is, I think they question if, you know, exercising on an empty stomach is ideal for diabetics. There are some studies to say that it is. Again, glucose regulation is complex, because it's not just about insulin, and it's not just about glucose. You also have to understand there's hepatic glucose production as well, or endogenous glucose production. So if you go fasted, in some people, their liver will increase or accelerate the breakdown of stored blood sugar, and that will raise blood sugar levels. So it's not as cut and dry and as simple as it seems. My general consensus is this: I believe mixing it up is good. I believe that fasted training has been shown to improve blood sugar control. For the main reason is just the exercise effect of itself. But I think it's critical, if one were to train fasted, which I've been doing off and on over the years, but typically just this year, I've started eating more. I kind of specifically changed my substrate, or my macronutrient balance of my meal post-workout if I'm fasted. So if I want to have a real big carb up, I like to have my meal, my carb up meal before the workout now, not after. I like to have it before. I think you're going to get the same kind of glycogen restoration. Now, there's no studies to really, there may not be studies out there kind of, but I'm kind of talking kind of in a premonition way. Like, this is like, I'm like that cop on the force who has a hunch. Well, I'm a fitness expert who's been in this field for a long time, and I have a hunch. I believe that that if you eat before the workout, it's not like you're going to burn through those calories. In fact, you'll probably improve your body's ability to store those carbs from the meal as glycogen. It's going to be in your system after the workout, and you're not going to have that potential blood sugar spike that I've alluded to that happens after the workout. So instead of having a big carb up after the workout, like the whey protein with honey and all that craziness, if one were to do that, they should do it before the workout. And as far as it blunting fat loss, again, you can mix your methods, okay? If you're just going to do a cardio workout, you don't really have to be anabolic there, right? Okay, so do fasted training. If you're going to do weight training, then have your carb up before the meal. Now, of course, if you want to go fasted weight training, that's fine too. I would just say clean up the carbs afterward, and you don't have to go crazy with this In other words, in a nutshell, the post-workout window, to me, is not really, it doesn't make sense to me, is like it used to. I think it's a bunch of bro science that's out there, and the caveat is it could actually, you know, cause a blood sugar spike that at this point is that necessary or is it unnecessary? And that's the question. So anyhow, the consensus is that I currently will have a lower carb, higher plant protein meal after a fasted workout. But if I'm going to go fed, I eat whatever I want. So that's it, folks. There's more research that needs to be done, of course. I look forward to maybe perhaps doing some follow-up videos on this. But as always, I thank you for watching. Tune in next time.